everyone and welcome. This is the Shrimpy Mickey channel. My name is Helen and today I'm going to take you guys through the top 10 questions about using Rogaine and MINOXIDIL that I've been getting. I am going to leave the questions and timestamps for the questions down below in the description box. So if you want, just go ahead and pop down in there and see, your question and your answer, or just hang out with me this time and we will do this together. I'm taping this Easter 2020 in the time of coronavirus, and I think that's why I've been getting so many questions, just like people are home more and they have more time to think about their hair or look at it. And so you'll see some of the questions are probably a reflection of that right now. So without any further, let's hop right into them. One of the top questions I've been getting lately is, can I use expired Rogaine? And don't mind me as I look down at my phone. I just want to make sure that I capture all of your questions. I'm guessing I'm getting this question because people are now home. They have the time to use Rogaine. Hopefully, if they choose to use it, they use it regularly, but they're probably wondering like, I bought this a while ago, kind of expired. Should I use it? There's no easy answer for this. My advice has been to people, if it were me and I have had that can for a while, just safely stored like, in a dark kind of cool spot, yeah, I would use it. I mean, would I eat an expired bag of chips if it expired a month ago? Yeah, I would. That's just me. You have to judge. I mean, if I just purchased it and it was expired, no, I would bring it back. Obviously that's difficult right now, but I would bring it back for an exchange or a refund. But if I had it and I sort of knew where it was and I knew that it was safely stored, I would go ahead and use it. If it were something like Tylenol that you ingest, perhaps not, because those things can kind of degrade over time. But I feel like something like in an aerosol can or in a sealed sort of tube, like the liquid comes in, like with a nice airtight metal cap on it, stored in a dark place, I wouldn't pause. I'm not suggesting you do that as well. I'm just saying that's what I would do. But of course you have to take from that what you will. If you really want to know, go ahead and call the Rogaine helpline or check out their website if you want to hear from them directly. But that's just what I would do in that circumstance. Okay, so let's move on to question number 2. I get this all the time. I still get this. I actually address this many times in many different videos, but I understand that the audience doesn't necessarily always go through all of them and then ask me questions. Sometimes they'll just watch one. So many people have watched my do's and don'ts of Rogaine. That is not even my best video, but that has been the by far most seen one with almost, I think, 19,000 views at this time. But I still get this question, which is, does Rogaine make your hair shed and fall out? How long does that last? The answer to that is, in my experience, I did not experience hair shed, but that is the number one thing that I hear people either mention in my comments or ask me about because they're dealing with it. They ask me on Instagram, or I see in this Facebook group that I am part of about hair loss and hair thinning solutions. That is the number one thing people are asking, either if it happens, and the answer is yes, it does happen to people, and how long it lasts. That seems to be very variable. So I really can't give you a straight answer, unfortunately, about that. There are instructions. I've made a video about hair shed. You can go ahead and watch that for a reference as well. But it's different for everyone. It doesn't even happen to everybody. Some people it does happen to, and it happens quite badly for them. And some people don't seem to be bothered by it at all. And some people say, yeah, but it's hair that would have fallen out anyway. So it's a spectrum of answers. There's just no one size fits all answer for you. If you don't believe me, just double check with your healthcare practitioner. I get this one a lot. Rogaine makes my scalp dry. What should I do? I don't struggle with this at all. I never have. I don't really struggle from too much of dry scalp issues, and I can give you my tips though for what I would do. Obviously everybody's different. This might not work for you, but for me, and when people ask me, I would say maybe step up how often you're washing your hair, because for me, with my particular scalp, because everybody's skin is different, so that means everybody's scalp is different. Some people just can't go 7 days. Like you hear people washing their hair once a week. I have to go every second day, or else my hair does start to get flaky and dry. I don't understand how that works. Maybe a dermatologist could explain it better than I can, but for me, every second day hair washes work like a charm. And the second thing is, when you have thinning hair, you're really prone to wanting to use thickening shampoos and conditioners. I've made a video about using Viviscal thickening shampoo. I'll be honest, they are drying to the scalp in my experience, so I just don't use that. I would say, in my case, I use a moisturizing shampoo. I would say maybe try to use a slightly moisturizing shampoo, one that doesn't weigh your hair down, obviously, but don't use a thickening shampoo right now if you're just trying to get a hold of the dryness and the flakes. So maybe give that a try, and maybe more frequent hair washes. This is just my experience though, so obviously, not a doctor, I am not a dermatologist or anything like that. That's just been what's working for me. Why do you use men's Rogaine? And so I've made videos about this as well, you know, talking about the differences, talking about how I've been cleared to use men's Rogaine, but the very simple answer is that they are formula-wise identical. Men's Rogaine and women's Rogaine, you know, are chemically identical. There's not even a difference of fragrance in between the two. The difference between them is how often you use them, and that's reflected on the directions on the packaging. So for women's, it says to use it 1 time a day, and for men's, it says to use it 2 times a day. However, there's a big price discrepancy here in North America. Anyway, I know I can speak confidently about Canada and the United States. Women's costs per ounce or per gram or whatever you want to call it, quite a bit more than men's does. So, you know, I'm just trying to save a couple bucks like everybody out there, so I just buy the men's. The fact that it's in a men's packaging and in a men's box doesn't put me off, but of course, you do you. I got one funny comment though on YouTube saying, why does she use men's? And I wrote back, she uses it because it costs less money, and I answer all my questions that I get. So if you do leave me a comment right now, I'm still able to answer everybody on Instagram as well. But I'm gonna have to stop I'm getting just such a high volume right now that I'm gonna limit it to my subscribers. So if you're a subscriber of mine here and you wanna leave me a question on Instagram or down here, please go ahead and do so. If you don't subscribe, then, you know, I am just gonna have to sort of deprioritize those just because, you know, it's just a time issue right now, and I wanna make sure that for my faithful subscribers, which by the way, go ahead and like and subscribe, that I can get to your questions because I value you guys so much. Okay, do you gain weight on Rogaine? My experience is that I have not gained weight on Rogaine. Have I heard of other people saying they have? I have maybe once or twice. It doesn't seem to be a common side effect. The most common side effect I have ever heard of is hair shed. Second most common side effect people ask me about or I read about is the flaky and dry scalp. Weight gain is lower, but I do get this question. It's never happened to me. I have heard of it. It doesn't seem that common. Yeah. Another one I've been getting, because, you know, on Instagram, obviously it's a bit of a younger audience. So among my Instagram sort of questions, I often get some version of, can I use this? I'm under 18. So I don't want to get like all mom on everybody, but the answer is no. The instructions say don't use it if you're under 18. But am I a doctor? No, check with your own doctor, check with a dermatologist. But the indications say not to use it if you're under, you know, adulthood. I don't know why. My guess would be that probably they haven't studied it in people under 18, and generally they like to be, when I say they, I mean pharmaceutical companies and doctors, like to be really careful. They don't want to give you something that could harm you. Am I saying that's gonna happen if you use Rogaine? I'm not. I'm just saying it's not indicated for use in people under 18. So if you ask me that on Instagram, you can, but I'm just gonna tell you no. So that's the answer to that. Another question that I get is, am I sponsored by Rogaine or MINOXIDIL? So I just wanna make it really clear, I am not paid a penny by Rogaine or by MINOXIDIL. I have one video so far that was when Viviscal partnered with, not really partnered, but they gave me some shampoo, like 1 bottle of shampoo and conditioner to try, and they gave me product to do a giveaway. Other than that, and that was not sponsored. That was just, you know, product for me to try and a giveaway. I've never been sponsored. This is not an ad. I am not getting any money from MINOXIDIL or Rogaine. I'm not getting any money from YouTube either, people. Like, I do not have, I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't have enough subscribers to make any revenue from YouTube. So I literally get $0 from doing this, and I've discussed this as well before, but it actually cost me money. I bought a camera to film this and like some equipment so I could make like better quality videos for you guys, and I have not recouped those expenses, and that's fine. I just hope that you enjoy this, and give me a like if you're enjoying it, but not sponsored, not making any money. Another one that has intrigued people, and I see this more, it's not that much of a direct question to me. I do get this question sometimes, but more people ask each other in my comments, which is, can you use it every day to make it last longer? So some people, you know, this stuff's expensive. They want to use it every second day to stretch it. I don't use it like that. I use it every single day. But what I have done, but you know, I'm budget conscious as well. You know, I live here in Canada and this stuff costs more money. What I do is I just switch off Rogaine, so like brand name Rogaine, with like liquid generic MINOXIDIL that I got at Target that was so inexpensive. That was like $20, I think, for like a half a year supply, which is incredibly inexpensive because the Canadian regular retail price is like $110 for a half a year supply of like men's Rogaine. Crazy prices, right? So what I do is I switch between the two to make it more affordable. I am afraid to use it every other day. Like, I'm still getting hair loss. I don't know if it's a sign of the times because we're all so stressed right now. I have a lot of hair loss these days, so I am really afraid to go to one time a day, and I am just gonna keep up using it every single day, just switching off like that to try and make it a little bit more affordable. So yeah, would I suggest it? Would I do it? No, I wouldn't. Have other people said it works great for them using it every other day? The honest answer to that is yeah, people do swear by using it every second day and it seems to work for them. So, you know, do with that what you will. Can you color your hair or get keratin hair treatments? People have commented about this. People ask me this on Instagram, and the answer from Rogaine is yes, you can. I don't color my hair. So luckily my grays are not coming in too hard at this point, but I am gonna get to the hair coloring part of my life probably within a couple years. You know, I'm in my early 40s now, so my day is coming. I don't color my hair, but you can use it. What you're supposed to do is just not use it the day that you're coloring. I know a lot of people are coloring their hair at home right now. You're just not supposed to use Rogaine the day that you're doing the treatment. And I don't know about keratin treatment. I have got a keratin treatment before, so that I've made a video about that in the past, but I wasn't using Rogaine. I didn't need it at the time. I don't know if you can. Maybe ask your hairdresser, or maybe just double check again with the Rogaine website. People, just use the Rogaine. I'm happy to answer your questions, but the Rogaine website is like the source to find the answers to all this stuff. The shorter answer is yes, you can color your hair. Do I use a laser cap? This isn't actually a Rogaine question, it is related. Do I use a a laser cap, like I think it's called iRestore? I get this question a lot. No, that thing is expensive. It is like, what, over $1,000? And I'm happy enough with Rogaine, seems to be working. I just don't want to buy another gadget. I just don't see myself using it. If someone gave me like amazing proof, if you have that proof, let me know. No, it's just too expensive. You know, if I got one for free, I would try it for sure and let you guys know, just for the sake of, you know, making these videos and helping people out with hair loss. But no, I haven't tried it yet. If you have and you love it, just drop me a note, drop us a note, let us know what type it is you're using and sort of give us a bit of detail about it. But yeah, I haven't yet, but that's not like, never say never. Okay, everybody, I hope that really helps with your questions. You know, I love hearing from you. Please do drop me a note. How are you guys doing? Love to hear from you, and I hope you're all doing well, keeping safe and healthy. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.